Every day, thousands of cartons of merchandise move in and out of warehouses and distribution centers across the country. This videotape is for the men and women operating Crown's stand-up rider lift trucks to get that job done. The purpose of this program is to help you understand the fundamentals of safe operation of your lift truck in and around fixed objects, unloading docks, and in other circumstances where truck stability can be affected. This video supplements the operator's manual shipped with your stand-up rider. It is not a replacement for the complete training program on stand-up rider equipment which your employer is required to provide for you. Read and understand your operator's manual and never operate any powered industrial truck unless you are trained and authorized to do so. Operators of Crown stand-up riders have established an excellent safety record over millions of hours of truck operation. But accidents can happen. Whether at work or at home, the job of safety is never done. The goal of this program is to help you learn the fundamentals of safe stand-up rider operation. Reaching that goal, as you'll hear, is up to you.
I'm standing between the RC model and the RR model trucks. Both are stand-up and control rider trucks. The information in this program relates to these two types of trucks. Let's begin with some basics. How much do you think the RC with the battery weighs? The weight is listed here on the nameplate. The truck weighs 6,174 pounds. Now what do you think the battery weighs? Let's take a look. The battery weight is listed here. It weighs 2,361 pounds. That's a combined weight of more than 8,500 pounds. To put those numbers in perspective, this car weighs 3,000 pounds. Just the battery alone on this RC truck weighs almost as much as the average car. And remember, when the RC has a load on its forks, this combination can often weigh more than 4 cars. That's 12,000 pounds in all. We all know that it's the operator's responsibility to avoid hitting fixed objects, and there are preventative steps you must follow so you won't hit fixed objects. 2 key points can help you with that responsibility. First, know your truck and check it out. The design of these trucks positions you in a side stance to give you the best visibility during travel. You simply look right or left to have full view of the direction of travel. Your body position when you're on the truck is important too. There are 5 points of contact with the truck, beginning with your 2 feet on the floor. Always put your left foot on the brake, contact point 1, and your right foot on the right side of the compartment. Your right foot is contact point 2. The floorboard is tilted to lean you against a padded backrest and secure you in the truck. The backrest is contact point 3. One hand on the control handle, contact point 4, and one hand on the steering tiller, contact point 5. From this position, your body is protected inside the truck and you have good visibility for traveling. Now, as part of checking your truck out, always do a brake test and know the distance it takes to stop the truck. Do a plug test and know the distance it takes to stop the truck using plugging. Most operators agreed that they use plugging to stop the truck. This is fine, but be sure that you know how far it takes to plug the truck to a stop. And know that braking will stop the truck in a shorter distance than plugging will. And of course, always remember to complete the daily checklist. A moment ago, I said there were 2 key points that would help you avoid hitting fixed objects. The second of these points is maintain alertness and anticipate danger. We talked with operators with a wide range of experience and asked them when they thought most accidents occurred. Traveling from point A to point B, or maneuvering in close quarters, in and out of trailers, stacking pallets, etc. When do you think most accidents occur? Almost all operators answered that it was traveling from point A to point B. They were right, and there were different reasons for their answers. Some operators said that it was from point A to point B because it was familiar and routine, and they would let their guard down. Other operators said it was because of all the stop signs, intersecting aisles, and traffic that they would encounter. These are good observations, and the statistics bear them out. Well over 2/3 of all accidents involving lift trucks and fixed objects occur when the operator is traveling from point A to point B. To avoid these accidents, always keep your 5-point stance in the truck, always be looking in the direction that you are traveling, and always be mentally prepared to react to a potentially dangerous situation. How can you avoid being seriously injured in a collision with a fixed object? By knowing and following these important rules. Rule number 1, never have your foot, arm, or leg outside of the running lines of the truck. If you're going to hit something, do it with the truck, not your body. The truck will protect you. Rule number 2, never exit the truck before it stops. Wait for the truck to stop before getting off. Use your knowledge of your truck's stopping distance to anticipate danger and slow down to give yourself room to stop. Rule number 3, never cowboy the truck. That is, driving with your toe cocked out of the operator's compartment. Keep all parts of your body, including your toes, safely within the running lines of the truck. Rule number 4, never stand on the brake with your right foot and leave your left foot outside of the operator's compartment. This defeats the brake pedal and the brake and puts your left foot in a hazardous position. Rule number 5, never, under any circumstances, put your foot out to stop the truck. Your foot will be crushed or amputated if it is caught between a fixed object and the truck. You are not going to stop or even slow an 8,000-pound truck with your foot, leg, or entire body. Use the brake. That's what it's there for. Another fixed object that you could contact is a rack beam that is above the height of the power unit. Never drive the power unit of your truck under a rack beam. You could be crushed or seriously injured. Know your truck and your environment. Avoid this hazard by knowing the stopping distance of your truck and the rack configuration in your workplace. Always operate your truck at a speed that will allow you to safely turn and stop your truck without striking a fixed object. Falls and tip-overs are very serious accidents. You could be crushed and even killed. The best way to prevent injury is to know where you are at all times and to follow the rules of safe truck operation. Stay away from the edge of docks and open dock doors. Be certain that either the trailer wheels are chocked or the trailer is locked to the dock. Check that bridge plates or dock boards are operating properly. Check capacities. Be sure your truck with load isn't too heavy for where you are driving. Above all, when operating around a dock, maintain alertness and anticipate danger. Inside the warehouse, serious injury can be caused by a tip-over. Just like any vehicle, a forklift can tip over if used improperly. Perform all turns slowly and smoothly. Don't turn on ramps or grades. Never travel with the forks or load elevated. And watch out for overhead obstructions. Unless you can get off and completely clear of the falling truck, there is no sure way to avoid an injury during a tip-over or a fall from a dock or dock board. We hope that you have learned more about your job and how to do it safely. When this program ends, the job continues. Work safely.
With all we've covered here, the final words on safety are, it's up to you. You can avoid hazardous situations by knowing your truck and checking it out. Understand your truck's design and let it work for you. Read and understand the operator's manual and obey all warnings on the truck. Know how the truck you drive each day performs. Check braking and plugging and use the daily checklist. The other important point to remember to avoid hazardous situations is to maintain alertness and anticipate danger. Be careful while traveling long distances and maneuvering in aisles. Never put your head, arms, hands, or leg outside the truck. Stay away from the edge of docks or open doors. Perform all truck operations smoothly and carefully. Remember that with all your stand-up rider is designed to do to make your job easier, the most important component is you.